Good afternoon. I'm here with Peter Dimmel, a director with Pele Mountain Resources, a company that's mining rare earth elements in and around Elliott Lake, Ontario. Peter, tell me a bit about rare earth elements and why is Pele Mountain interested in these rare earth elements right now at this date?
Well, Pele acquired a uranium prospect in the Elliott Lake area a number of years ago, and the idea was to go after uranium, mine uranium. In the course of studying the uranium deposits in the Elliott Lake area, we found that there were rare earth elements associated with the uranium. As a matter of fact, 50%, about 50-50 of the value of these, of anything you would produce would be 50% uranium, 50% rare earths, depending on the prices, of course. And the only place that's actually rare earths have been produced in Canada to date is in the Elliott Lake area, where Denison Mines produced yttrium, which is one of the elements that are considered rare earths.
And why now? Why is there, I've read that there's a critical shortage of rare earth element and has been put on a list of critical elements? Why is
yes,
that?
The main is not, there are many rare earth deposits worldwide. And what's happened over the last number of years, that China produces 90-95% of the rare earths that are used in the world. They put on export restrictions on them, so therefore you couldn't get them in a lot of cases. So the Japanese companies, a lot of other companies, couldn't get the rare earths they needed to make the magnets for the big windmills, to use for cell phones, to use for the various things that we need and the consumers want. So the idea is to try and generate a made in Canada source of rare earths, which can be then sold to these end users, and we can go from there.
So what I'm hearing you say is that the rare earth elements are desperately needed to come up with environmentally friendly or energy efficient products. Is that correct?
Well, particularly a good example is the windmills. They need the magnets to generate the electricity. And the magnets, the rare earth magnets made of dysprosium, praseodymium, and neodymium are the ones that are really in demand because the magnetism is much stronger, and they also resist heat. Regular magnets, regular iron magnets, will lose their strength once they heat up. With the neodymium and these various other rare earths in them, they don't do that, so they're much more efficient. So many of these windmills, in other words, our wind generation capabilities wouldn't exist if it wasn't for these rare earths.
So can you just explain where the project is right now? Geographically, it's located in and around Elliott Lake. Can you say specifically where, and also how far is the project along?
Well, it's just to the southeast of Elliott Lake proper, partly within the city limits, as far as I understand. There's a lot of support in Elliott Lake, of course, from the city itself, that they on side with trying to generate something, get a mine going there again. Serpent River First Nation is on side. It's in their traditional territory, and it's where we are with it is obviously trying to raise money to get this project going. Uranium prices and rare earth prices are depressed right now. The state of the industry overall is poor, but we're persevering and trying to move ahead with it. And Al Shefsky, I'm not on management, but Al and Marty and the guys in management are really moving forward. In concert, working with governments, both the federal and the provincial, and as I say, the local people, Serpent River First Nation, and the city of Elliott Lake.
So what are the next steps?
Well, the next step is just try to raise money.
Okay.
And hopefully the prices will come back for both of those commodities. And when they do, I think this project will get a lot of interest. We are working on a short-term solution which would possibly make the difference, which is a monazite processing, bringing monazite sands in from overseas. And
So that's great.
Yeah.
Well, listen, best of luck to you. Keep us posted, and definitely would like to follow up on what I call eco-mining, because it definitely will help our environment and our energy consumption, energy efficiency. Thank you very much, Peter, and best of luck to you.
Well, thank you for your interest.
You're welcome.